3 months before the wedding, my boyfriend posted the marriage certificate of him and my adopted sister Amanda, along with Amanda's pregnancy photos. The text is, "We have legally welcomed our little life." Amanda commented with a shy expression. Mom gave him a thumbs up, "The child is born, I'll take care of you all, you can enjoy your world as a couple." I couldn't help but add a question mark, and the next moment, my boyfriend's scolding came crashing down on me. "She just borrowed me for a year of marriage, and once the child is born, she'll return me to you. Don't be so stingy, my mom also said that we should get married after you have a son, so it's just right to have the wedding first and then get the certificate, it's quite good." I gave a faint then deleted all posts related to my boyfriend and posted a new one. "I need a groom, who will marry me?" Boyfriend Reeve replied. "Cynthia, are you out of your mind? I'm just marrying her, is it really that big of a deal? You can't possibly think that posting something will make me jealous, right? That's hilarious. I warn you, don't go looking for trouble here, and don't make things difficult for Amanda." Amanda followed up with Reeve's comment, "Sister, Reeve just wants our child to be born legally, I won't take Reeve away. Later, when you and Reeve are married, my child can also call you Mom. My mom scolded me for not knowing what's good for me. You can have kids without suffering, and Amanda is helping you so much, and you still don't thank her?" Several lines followed below, all echoing the support of Reeve's group of brothers. "You and Amanda are sisters, and Reeve is married to someone, we're all family, right?" Everyone was mocking and laughing. I stood there in a daze for a long time, the bitterness accumulating in my eyes. Until I could no longer support it, it dripped down my jaw onto the phone screen. It is clearly them who are wrong. Yet they shamelessly turn around and blame me. How ridiculous. Such a person is not worth my sadness at all. I wiped away my tears forcefully and found a particularly eye-catching comment among the chaotic comments section. It was sent by Ryan, "Can I be your groom?" I grew up with Ryan. After graduating from university, I stayed in City A, while he chose to study abroad. After I got together with Reeve during university, he has been avoiding me, and now, we haven't been in touch for a long time. In the midst of his thoughts, Ryan directly made the call. "Cynthia, I have liked you for a long time. You know, I have always hated your adopted sister, so I won't have any involvement with her, and I don't have any messy brothers. Over the years, I have been focused on my career and have no ex-girlfriends." Just as he was surprised, Ryan nervously spoke up, "Would you be willing to give me a chance?" My nose felt a bit sour. I suddenly remembered when I was a child, the teacher rewarded me with 2 of his favorite candies. He was clearly very greedy, yet he didn't eat a single one, leaving them all for me. He has always treated me with all his sincerity. I choked up a little, "I am willing. Love is elusive and intangible, I once wanted to grasp it, but I was left wounded all over. I originally thought that being alone would be quite good too. Grandma's wish on her deathbed was to see me get married, to see that from now on, someone would have my back. Reeve is not worthy. But I think, if the groom is Ryan, Grandma would be especially at ease, right?" Ryan's tone was filled with surprise. "Then I'll handle my work and come back to marry you in half a month. Cynthia, you will wait for me, and you won't change your mind, right?" His tone carried a hint of grievance, and I vaguely recalled the promise I made as a child to become his bride when I grew up. I let out a sound of acknowledgement. Suddenly, I felt an impulse to cry. After hanging up the phone, my mom opened the door to my room. "Where is the sapphire necklace your father left you before he passed away?" I remained silent and did not answer. My mother frowned in displeasure. "What kind of attitude is this? Your sister just thinks it's pretty and wants to wear it for a couple of days to play with it. Hurry up and take it out." Amanda linked her arm with her mother's and said dejectedly, "Forget it, Mom. My sister has never regarded me as her real sister. If she doesn't want to, that's fine, I won't force her. She dares not deny you. This necklace belongs to my husband, and it also belongs to your father. Today, I take the initiative to give it to you." Mom hugged Amanda tightly and looked at me sternly, if you don't hand it over, don't blame me for sending someone to search your room. I stared at her blankly, raised the corners of my mouth, and smiled in a way that looked worse than crying. The once gentle and loving mother has ultimately transformed in my memory into this fierce and stern visage. However, I am about to leave here forever. I no longer have the heart to engage in meaningless arguments with her. I silently took the gemstone necklace out of the brocade box and handed it to her. Mom smiled with satisfaction. This is the right thing to do. Amanda is your sister, and as her older sister, you should share the good things with her. After Mom left, Amanda put on the necklace in front of me. Sister, don't blame Mom for being biased. To be honest, this necklace looks better on me. Just like Reeve is more suited to be my boyfriend. What belongs to me, others will never be able to obtain. Looking at Amanda's smug expression, I didn't say a word. The more you engage with someone like her, the more relentless she becomes. I picked up my bag, ignored her as if she were air, and walked down the stairs. Ah. Sister, why did you push me? Amanda suddenly jumped in front of me, pretending to have been pushed by me, staggering backward up the stairs. Although I hate her, I still instinctively reached out to pull her. After all, there are more than 20 steps on this staircase, and falling down is no joke. Cynthia, you venomous woman. Reeve forcefully pulled my hand off Amanda's arm. The back of my hand slammed against the escalator with a loud bang. I broke out in a cold sweat from the pain. Reeve, fortunately you arrived in time, otherwise I. Amanda hid in Reeve's arms, her face wet with tears and fear. Don't be afraid, I'm here. Reeve gently stroked Amanda's head and comforted her softly. I won't let anyone bully you. I look at my hand, already bruised and swollen from the impact. Then I glance at Amanda, who is only a little shaken but is being tightly held by Reeve, who is concerned for her well-being. Suddenly, I find it very ironic. The boy who once doted on me in every way and promised to treat me well for a lifetime. The man who was supposed to marry me in just 3 months. How could he suddenly change his mind? After soothing Amanda, Reeve looked at me with a shadowy expression. I knew you had been harboring resentment about me marrying her and having a child without telling you in advance. You can vent your frustrations at me, after all, I didn't inform you beforehand. But you can't hurt Amanda, she's in poor health and is already pitiful enough. She just asked me for a chance to be a mother, is that wrong? Why should she bear your anger? He pointed at me angrily and said, you must apologize to Amanda today. I tried to suppress my trembling body. I said hoarsely, what did I do wrong? What exactly did I do wrong? Reeve looked at my red eyes, stunned. Forget it, Reeve. Even though I almost fell off the building, I don't blame my sister, and I don't need her to apologize to me. You and your sister will get married in the future, and I don't want you to argue because of me. Reeve sighed and said affectionately, Amanda, your understanding sometimes really makes my heart ache. He looked into my eyes with a coldness, saying after all, you are still jealous of Amanda, unable to bear seeing her do better than you. Today, considering that Amanda spoke up for you, if you don't want to apologize, then so be it. If you dare to hurt her again in the future, I won't let you off easily. He picked up Amanda and, before leaving, said to me with a face full of disappointment, you are nothing compared to your sister. The silent living room has only me left. I blankly stare at the withered leaves falling outside the window. In the end, I couldn't hold it in anymore and squatted down, covering my face and crying. This is the last time I will cry for Reeve. That afternoon, Reeve posted a message. It is a set of 9 photos in a grid. The photos show 9 different corners of the wedding house. The caption reads, every room, every piece of furniture, every decoration here has been carefully selected and arranged by me, hoping to give my baby a warm and cozy home. Many people below are sending their blessings. Congratulations to Reeve on the early arrival of a precious child. Reeve and Cynthia originally got married because of the baby. Congratulations. Having a good husband like Reeve, sister-in-law is really happy. Envious. 3 months later at the wedding, Even if I have to give up $1 billion business, I will definitely not be absent. Just when everyone in the comments section was fervently sending their blessings, Amanda suddenly interjected, "Please don't misunderstand, this is not Cynthia's wedding house, it's my house." The comment section suddenly fell into an awkward silence. I was the first to break the deadlock, saying, "It's a 3-person game, I'm out. I wish you both happiness." Having said that, I couldn't be bothered to care about what they would say. I directly removed Reeve and Amanda from my friend list. In just a few minutes, Reeve got through to my phone. "Cynthia, have you had enough of your antics?" I said calmly, "I didn't make a fuss." Reeve said angrily, "The words you said in my post are clearly just slandering Amanda. Are you only satisfied if you label Amanda as a mistress? If you continue to slander her, then let's not get married." I listened to his cold and ruthless reproach, my heart as still as dead water, without waves or ripples. "Reeve, what makes you think I would want a second-hand thing?" I hung up the phone. Perhaps the word second-hand stung him, he called me countless times. "The phone couldn't get through, so you sent me all kinds of messages." I didn't pay any attention. In 10 days, I will marry Ryan. These people will all become my passers-by. In the days that followed, I had intended to spend time with them in a spirit of peace, but I never expected that Amanda would drop my dad's urn. The ashes scattered on the ground. Not only did she feel no guilt, but she also let her pet cat urinate on them. Then she looked at me with a happy face. "Sister, look, the ashes can even be used as cat litter for my cat." In that moment, the pain and anger that had been suppressed in my heart erupted violently. I suddenly grabbed the baseball bat behind the door and swung it fiercely at Amanda. She was hit with a stick, screaming with a pale face as she ran away. "Cynthia! I can't believe you've gone this far. You even dared to hit your sister." Mom's appearance made Amanda feel as if she had seen a savior. She hid behind her mother, with a look of terror on her face. Choking back tears, she said, "Mom, I'm scared, my sister wants to kill me." Mom protected the chick like it was her own, sternly scolding me, "You usually bully your sister," and I let it slide, thinking it's just childish antics, but this time you've gone too far. She is my mother, yet she always stands on the opposite side of me to protect an adopted daughter with whom she has no blood relation whatsoever. Nothing is more sorrowful than this. I stared at my mom with tear-filled eyes and said, "She smashed Dad's urn." "That's Dad. That's my dad. Why? Why? Why, even though I have already been patient, must I still destroy the memories my father left me? Why doesn't my mother love me?" Amanda quickly knelt down and explained, "Mom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm sorry, Mom. If my sister doesn't forgive me, then I might as well die." Amanda cried sadly. "Amanda, don't give me that slap." Before the words were finished, my mom slapped me across the face. "Enough. It's just ashes, right? The person is dead, are the ashes more important than the living? If you bully Amanda again, you can just get out of here." This slap completely wiped away the last trace of my lingering affection for her. "That's fine. I can leave without any worries." Without taking another look at my mother, who was frozen in place, I wiped the blood from the corner of my mouth and turned to go upstairs. Since Mom finds me annoying and Amanda has taken my room, rather than living in this home where I no longer have a place, I might as well move out. I simply packed a few pieces of clothing. As for the rest, whether it was things my mother gave me or the valuable gifts from Reeve, I didn't take any of them. I didn't bring those photos I took with them before, I burned them all clean in a fire. I am not the kind of person who drags things out. Since I have to leave, I will leave cleanly. As I dragged my suitcase downstairs, my mom was applying medicine to Amanda. She looked at me coldly and said, "I only said a few words to you, and you ran away from home? Fine, go live outside, it will give the family some peace. Come back on the day you marry Reeve." I didn't say a word and took one last look at my mother. I won't tell her that I've changed my marriage partner. I definitely won't tell her that my wedding date is just 10 days away. Because she is no longer someone I can get close to. I also don't want her, along with Amanda and Reeve, to show up at my wedding and cause a scene. I called for a ride on my phone, and while waiting for the car, Reeve appeared driving. Cynthia, what are you doing pushing the suitcase? Move out and live. Reeve frowned. Well, where are you planning to move? I've already given that wedding house to Amanda, so don't go looking for trouble and cause her any hassle. I'm currently looking for a new place. Once I find it, you can move then. I said nothing and walked past his car with a blank expression. Reeve suddenly grabbed my arm. Cynthia, do you really want to make things unpleasant between us? Can't we be happy like we used to be? You've already cheated on me with my adopted sister, yet you still expect us to get along happily. May I ask where you get the face to do that? Why are you still holding on to what happened before? I've explained it to you countless times, why do you keep bringing it up? Can't you be a little more understanding like Amanda? Watching him blame all the faults on me, with a righteous expression as he criticized and belittled me. I have thoroughly witnessed the embodiment of shamelessness. Since you think Amanda is sensible, why not marry her? Reeve simply doesn't believe what I say. After all, my love for him is common knowledge. Everyone believes that I will never let him go for the rest of my life. They would never believe that I would choose to leave at the moment when the wedding date is approaching, including him. So, he said nonchalantly, all right, that's what you said. Don't regret it later and come back crying to beg me. Reeve, you came to see me? Amanda came out upon hearing the news, interrupting our conversation. Aunt said you were frightened today, what happened? Amanda pretended to be scared and glanced at me, leaning into Reeve's embrace, saying, Sister went crazy today, chasing me with a baseball bat. Reeve frowned. Just as he was about to scold me, he was stopped by Amanda pulling at his sleeve. Reeve, don't scold my sister. I no longer blame her. After all, it's still my fault. If Mom hadn't adopted me, I wouldn't be here to bother her. How could it be you who is wrong? It is she who cannot tolerate others, the fault lies with her. Reeve placed his hand on Amanda's shoulder in a familiar manner. Cynthia, for Amanda's sake, I can overlook your fault of hitting her, but you must kneel down and apologize to her. I was amused by the shameless attitude of the two people. Apologize to her? In your dreams. The taxi I called just arrived. After saying that, I slammed the car door shut and left without a second thought. These days living in the hotel, without annoying people and troublesome matters bothering me, I have been very comfortable. Mom sent me a text, Cynthia, it's my birthday today, come back for a visit. I originally didn't want you to come back, but Amanda pleaded for you. When you see her, remember to say thank you. Of course, I haven't forgotten her birthday. But I will no longer be like before, bustling about a week in advance to prepare the venue and gifts, determined to give her a comfortable birthday party. Of course, I won't go back. That place is no longer my home, and she is no longer my mother. It was almost noon, and I was enjoying a delicious meal. Not having seen me appear, my mom couldn't help but send another text, why aren't you back yet? Reeve is already here, and as a daughter, you haven't arrived yet. What does that look like? I didn't blame you for not preparing a birthday party for me this year. Are you still holding a grudge about me slapping you? Can you learn from Amanda and be a little kinder and more generous? I couldn't help but sneer. This didn't sound like something a mother would say at all. It affected my mood for dining. I quickly added her to my blacklist. The phone had barely gone quiet when Reeve's call came in. Where are you? Stop throwing a tantrum and come over quickly, or else others will think something happened between Aunt and Amanda that made you miss your own mother's birthday party. If it weren't for him calling me, I would have forgotten. A few days ago, I only deleted him from Facebook and hadn't blocked his number yet. I wasn't interested in listening to his nonsense, so I decisively hung up and added him to the blacklist. The noise by my ear finally quieted down. After finishing my meal, I received a message from my good friend Sophie. She has been working on the project for a full 3 months and has finally completed it successfully. Tonight, she wants me to accompany her to the bar to drink until she's satisfied. I certainly won't refuse a friend's invitation, it's just the right opportunity to clear my mind. When I arrived, Sophie was sitting at the bar, chatting animatedly with the handsome bartender. Seeing me, she excitedly waved her hand. I haven't seen you for so many days, let me take a look at my Cynthia, how did you lose so much weight? She frowned unhappily. Did Reeve bully you? I smiled and candidly told her, Sophie, I no longer plan to marry Reeve. Sophie hugged me tightly, feeling my pain. Sometimes, she can understand my feelings without me having to say much. I drank cup after cup with her. The grievances piled up in my chest, and I couldn't help but want to confide in Sophie. Sophie listened, her face filled with indignation. He doesn't deserve you. That kind of scoundrel should have been kicked out a long time ago. Yo. It's no fun for you two ladies to drink alone here. Why not let Reeve take you home to drink instead? A drunken man suddenly appeared. He looked at Sophie and me with ill intent, teasing us as he reached out his hand. I shook off his hand on my shoulder with disgust. But his strength was greater than I had imagined, and he was quite difficult to deal with. I struggled a few times, but I couldn't escape. Sophie was also pushed to the ground by him. The people around were only interested in the spectacle, and no one was willing to lend a hand. Just then, someone from behind wrapped me in their arms and effortlessly kicked away the drunken man who was entangling me. I instinctively turned around. To my surprise, I saw someone unexpected, Ryan. Which hand did you just use to touch her? Or did you touch her with both hands? Ryan squinted dangerously. Looking at the drunk man was like looking at a dead person. His cold shoe sole, accompanied by the cries of the drunken man, ruthlessly crushed the back of the other's hand. In the pitiful pleas and apologies of the drunkard, he coldly said, "Aren't you going to hurry up and get lost?" In my impression, Ryan has always been a gentle and refined young man, and I have never seen him lose his temper. This is the first time I have seen him with a dark expression. After the drunk man left, Ryan pinched my cheek and said, "Luckily I arrived in time, otherwise, what would happen if my fiancé got bullied?" The words fiancé slipped from his lips, causing my heart to involuntarily skip a beat. Yaya. Isn't this Ryan? How did you come back to the country? When did you return? After I helped Sophie up, she bombarded Ryan with a series of questions. Ryan patiently answered, "I came back an hour ago, as for why I returned." He looked at me with eyes full of a smiling affection. "Of course, it's because I miss my beloved fiancé." Fiancé? Sophie was stunned. She excitedly leaned forward. "Do you mean that Cynthia has agreed to marry you?" "Ryan, you go tell Sophie." Ryan looked at my flushed face, intentionally teasing me. I glared at him playfully and decided not to be coy anymore, taking this opportunity to clarify with Sophie, "Sophie, I have already promised Ryan that I will marry him." Sophie cheered, "Ryan, congratulations. You finally succeeded in winning your wife back, all those years of unrequited love were not in vain." I stared. "Do you know he has always liked me?" Sophie shrugged her shoulders, "Only you, little fool, can't see it. I've secretly tried to bring you two together several times. Unfortunately, your whole heart used to be devoted to that scumbag Reeve." After leaving the bar, I received a call from my friend Reeve. "Sister-in-law, I don't know what's wrong with Reeve today. He's been drinking a lot and keeps shouting to drink more. You should come quickly. He won't listen to any of us trying to persuade him. After all these years, you've worked so hard to take care of his stomach. If he keeps drinking, all your efforts might go to waste." I said plainly, "We have already broken up, it's not appropriate for you to ask me to move on." He caught my implied meaning and said with a smile, "Hey. The thing with Reeve and your sister is just a joke. Why is sister-in-law taking it seriously? The only person Reeve likes is you. Whether he likes me or not, it no longer matters to me. Cynthia, do you think you're something special?" Reeve snatched the phone and said coldly, "If we break up, you'll be the only one regretting it." I listened expressionlessly, just about to hang up. He suddenly softened his voice again. Cynthia, how can your heart be so cruel? You say you're leaving and just leave, you say it's over and it's over. I hung up the phone indifferently and deleted all of his friends' contact information. From then on, we parted ways, each living our own lives, never to meet again. Ryan, Sophie, the three of us chatted for a while at the bar entrance. Sophie wanted to take a taxi by herself, claiming it was to not disturb the world of two between me and Ryan. But she had been drinking, and it was so late, how could I feel at ease? So we first took her home. After she left, only Ryan and I were left in the car. The enclosed space and the ambiguous atmosphere made the temperature continue to rise. My already hazy mind from the drunkenness became even more muddled. He slowly moved closer to me. I bit my lip, shy and unsure of what to do. Cynthia, my Cynthia. His breath surrounded me, warm lips gently landing on the corner of my mouth. Filled with utmost tenderness and affection. I was so nervous that my palms were sweating. My heart was pounding like a rabbit, thump thump. I was really afraid that I was dreaming, and when I woke up, I would find that all of this was fake. He pressed his forehead against mine. I seemed to feel his fear and sadness. Instinctively, I touched the top of his head and softly comforted him. Don't worry, this isn't a dream. I'm really by your side and won't leave you. He nodded reassuringly and held me even tighter. Ryan came back to the country this time purely because he missed me. So he couldn't help but come back to see me. He gave me a contract, and when I opened it, it was the transfer rights of all his assets and shares. He said, this is all his sincerity. I stared at the contract in a daze, tears streaming down my cheeks. I held him tightly. The next morning, he took a flight abroad. Cynthia, I have specially commissioned a wedding dress for you from a renowned master abroad. Once I take care of things overseas, I will bring the beautiful wedding dress and marry my beautiful bride. The first wedding dress in my life, I thought it would be given to me by Reeve. Unexpectedly, the person who ended up giving it to me was Ryan. I smiled and waved at him. The childhood friend has become my fiancé. There is a different kind of sweetness in my heart. One day, I came out of the hotel and saw Reeve standing at the entrance of the lobby. His clothes were disheveled, his hair unkempt, and he looked utterly lifeless. After seeing me, his eyes brightened for a moment, then quickly dimmed again. I couldn't get in touch with you, so I had someone check your address. Do you need something from me? My tone is very cold. Cynthia, I know I was wrong. At that time I was blind and was deceived and schemed against by Amanda. Reeve pressed his dry lips together and said hoarsely, I looked at her phone and learned a lot of truths. She colluded with the doctor to deceive me into thinking she was unwell. Our wedding house was also where she cried to me, saying that you and Aunt were harsh to her. She was afraid that after having a child, she would have no place to live, and she begged me to transfer the wedding house to her. I felt sorry for her, so I agreed. Also, I only just realized that the one who is biased is your aunt. Your room has been taken over by her, and the necklace your uncle left for you has also been destroyed by her. She often distorts the truth and slanders you. I frowned with boredom. It's meaningless to say these things now. Reeve opened his mouth and murmured, Cynthia, can you give me another chance? I won't be deceived by other women again, I will treat you well. I don't want to get entangled with him any further, so I said directly, my wedding will be held in 2 days, with Ryan. His face instantly turned pale, as if struck by a blow, and even his back bent down. How could it be? It's impossible, how could you bear to give me up? You must be lying to me. I won't believe it. He started shouting as if he had gone mad. The security guards at the door saw this and rushed forward to grab him. He was pinned to the ground, utterly embarrassed. I felt not a shred of heartache. After all, I had nothing to do with him anymore. Later, I heard Sophie say that Reeve took Amanda to court on the grounds of fraud and the appropriation of private property. Even when Amanda pleaded with him, holding her already formed baby in her belly, he did not soften his heart in the slightest. Amanda ran to my mother again, begging her to save her, she didn't want to go to jail. But after Reeve exposed Amanda's true nature, she also saw Amanda's real face and unceremoniously kicked her out of the house. Someone saw her so frightened that she knelt on the ground, cursing Amanda while crying and repeatedly shouting my name. Amanda also fell to the ground during the argument and had a miscarriage. I take all of this as gossip and don't take it to heart. Soon, it was the day of my wedding with Ryan. Ryan returned as promised, with a gorgeous and beautiful wedding dress. Unbeknownst to me, he had already quietly made all the preparations for the wedding. I saw his sincerity and care, and I was deeply moved. Although I initially decided to marry him quickly for the inheritance my father left me. But now, I find it hard not to be moved by a man like Ryan, who is so thoughtful and emotionally stable. I am starting to slowly like him. That day, I was sitting in the dressing room, putting on makeup. Someone pushed open the door. It's my mom and Reeve. Seeing me frown unhappily, my mother, fearing I would drive her away, quickly said, "Cynthia, I came this time to apologize to you. Over the years, it has been my fault." Mom only now realizes that it was her foolishness to let you suffer so much injustice and grievance. Instead of cherishing her own daughter, she chose to adopt a thankless wolf. "Cynthia, can you forgive your mom?" After I let the makeup artist go out, I looked at my mom with a blank expression. "I also want to know, why have you been so biased all these years?" Speaking of this, my mother's expression suddenly became stiff. She said, "If it weren't for you insisting on having strawberry cake that night, your father wouldn't have gone out to buy it, and he wouldn't have had the accident. Your father is the pillar of the family. Losing him makes me feel like the sky is about to collapse. How can I not resent you? Every time I see you, I think of how you caused your father's death." No wonder her gaze towards me is always filled with disgust. No wonder she clearly has me as her daughter, yet still goes to the orphanage to adopt another daughter. No wonder she is biased. I have been constantly questioning myself, wondering if there is something I haven't done well enough that has made my mother dislike me. It turns out that all these years she has been blaming my father's death on me. Then does she not know that the real murderer who killed Dad is not me, but her? I don't want to ruin my delicate makeup, trying hard to hold back the tears in my eyes. I said coldly, "Dad didn't die because of me, it was because of you. The quick-acting heart-saving pills that Dad prepared for Grandma have been sitting on the shelf. It was your carelessness that caused you to throw away Grandma's medicine bottle. You said you would buy her a new bottle when you got off work in the evening, but instead, you went to the mahjong room. That night, Grandma happened to have a heart attack, and when you tried to call, you couldn't get through. Dad had to run to the nearby pharmacy to buy medicine, but unexpectedly, he encountered an out-of-control car on the way. Mom stared at me in disbelief. "You're talking nonsense, how could it be because of me? You're the one who killed your father." I lowered my voice. "How much longer are you going to deceive yourself? Do you think that's why Grandma has kept her door closed to you all these years? It's because of your timid nature, your lack of responsibility. When faced with problems, you either run away or blame others. But I never thought you would fabricate your own story, weakly placing your faults on me, and even come to despise me for it. Mom, am I really your biological daughter?" Mom's face instantly turned pale, and she suddenly knelt down on the ground, crying out loud, I'm sorry, it's all my fault." Reeve beside her also admitted his mistake. "Cynthia, both my aunt and I know we were wrong. Can you forgive us this time? Will you come back with us? Your wedding dress, and our wedding room, I have everything ready. As long as you come back with me, we can hold the wedding right away." "Shut up. On my joyous day, you dare to try to steal my wife? Who do you think you are?" Ryan appeared at the right moment, pulling me affectionately into his arms in front of Reeve. Just like Reeve once did with other women in front of me. Looking at his extremely awkward face, I found it very amusing. "Husband, I don't want unrelated people to attend our wedding." Ryan is completely obedient to me. He called in the bodyguards and decisively removed Reeve and my mom from the wedding venue. In life, there are always some people who will fade away like smoke, never again stirring a ripple in the depths of my heart. There are always some people who will remain in my heart, stay in my life, and accompany me for a lifetime. I put on the most exquisite makeup, wore the most gorgeous wedding dress, and held the most beautiful bouquet. Step by step, I walked towards my most handsome husband. Ryan's composure was somewhat shattered on such a joyous day. He resembled the boy he once was, whose emotions were always on display, and at the moment he saw me, his eyes filled with excitement and turned red. He disregarded the teasing of those present and eagerly came towards me, firmly holding my hand. "Cynthia, to be able to marry you in this life is my fortune from 3 lifetimes." Ryan knelt on one knee under the host's guidance, his dark eyes gazing at me with deep affection, as if he wanted to drown me in them. He gently placed the ring on my finger. "I love you, my dear wife, in this life and the next, only you, my one true love for a lifetime." I was infected, and my eyes couldn't help but turn red. I leaned close to his ear and whispered, "Ryan, I love you too. From now on, I will love you more and more, just like you love me." His eyes gradually widened, filled with surprise and excitement. Amid the enthusiastic cheers from the audience below, we embraced tightly and kissed each other. Next, it's the bouquet toss segment. "Cynthia, throw the flowers. Throw them to me." Sophie stood in the crowd, jumping up and down, her face full of excitement. I exchanged a glance with Ryan, shook my head with a smile, and casually tossed it in her direction. Sophie received the bouquet as expected, like winning a grand prize, and began to show it off to the people beside her. That day's wedding was the most romantic and happiest moment of my life. No annoying people to disturb us. Only the ones I love and those who love me. We laugh happily together and play joyfully. Later, with the help of a lawyer, I successfully inherited all the assets my father left me. I heard that Amanda's prison life is not easy, as if someone had deliberately instructed it. Mom admitted that she had indirectly caused Dad's death, and she also acknowledged that she had coldly treated her daughter over the years. In immense regret, she gave up her wealthy life and went to a temple to eat vegetarian food and chant scriptures to atone for her mistakes. Reeve didn't know where he had dug up the sapphire necklace that Amanda had destroyed. He had someone melt it down and made a new one. It was originally meant to be given to me, but I found that Ryan wouldn't let him come near me at all, so he just hung it around his own neck. A few years later, Ryan and I had our first baby. I looked at the man lying on my belly, listening to the fetal movements, and my mood was as bright as the sunshine at this moment. Warm and very happy.